we're going to show how to clear for big tires. Right now we run 295s in the back. They touch a little bit. That's a 295 on a 10.5 by, what are these rears? 40. You can put 11s and run a 305 on these, and this is how to do it. So what do we do first?
Oh, it's pretty simple. One, take out the wheel arch liner, and the target of our attention is going to be the join where the bumper comes together here. Essentially, the bolt that joins them is actually about 1 inch back. However, there's a triangular gusset from the tip to there. So if we just take the start of that gusset off, we can gain back a whole 1/2 inch of clearance. And essentially, as the wheel comes up, it also moves back just because of the angle of the trailing arm. So this is always the point of contact. So if we just had a bit of clearance like I've done to my own cars, you'll easily fit these tires and no future rubbing. And if you then trimmed your wheel arch liners, wider tires and things, you could fit a 305, 315 if you really wanted.
What do we have? What size is that? These are
10 mil?
Yep, lovely 10s.
8 mil?
Yep.
And one clip that I find a pair of cutters will just pinch and pull out. So all your 8s are the steel, 10s are your plastics. Yeah, we'll just power through it.
All right, we'll just get in there and pull them all out.
That's it. Where are we? And I think that's everything. And then pull. There's a dropping thing. Now the best way to get the liner out is you pull the studs off in the inner end and then you kind of rotate it out like that. You've got to just kind of debead it from the rim. So pull, pull. There we go.
And there we go. All right.
So the main issue is this lip here. You see there's the bolt and essentially the wheel rubs right there. So we can trim it back to more or less the bolt. So the way I do it is drill a hole up, cut in, cut that way, and you get a nice straight line with a radius and then a straight line out. Easy as that.
I've already trimmed back the plastic because the plastic was sticking out about 1 centimeter further than the metal, but yeah, we need to take a little bit more off just to get that clearance. All right, so we gotta drill this side out, yeah?
Yep, so
Punching.
there's center punch, keep things neat. Just that.
What size bit are you using? Because I'm gonna get asked.
I'm going to start with a 4 mil just to get a pilot hole, and then I'll use the biggest bit I got, which is a 10 mil, just so we have a decent radius so we don't have any stress concentrations. So it's simple as that. So you can use any bit you want. You don't even have to use a bit. You can just grind it round if you leave a bit of a rough edge. I just like to try be proper about it and that's through. Open it up with a bigger bit. Find my hole. There it is. so now that we've got the hole, it gives us somewhere to cut to. So I'll just trim through this little bit here, and then I'll trim back to the hole. It'll give us nice straight edges with a radius in between is the goal. And that'll take all this material out before the bolt hole and yeah, give us the clearance we need. In the dark.
All right, what size wheel are we using?
Well, it's just a cheap 4-inch grinder, so we've got a 4-inch disc, cutting disc, so nice and thin. Nothing really fancy about it. You either got cutting disc, grinding disc, flat disc, so cutting is the ticket.
Okay.
The other thing is ear protection.
Yep.
I've only got one, so
That's all right. I got safety squints.
put your squinters on and tense your eardrums.
And I'll close my ear holes.
That's that. Got to clean it up with a flat disc now. Now it's going to scraper and trim off all the little flappy bits of seam sealer and plastic and prime it. Done.
Now I'm gonna ask you for a favor. It's not a big one, but to justify me doing these car videos to the missus, can you please just like the video? I mean, you don't need to subscribe, that's fine. But if you found it useful, remotely entertaining, just somewhat interesting, just hit the like button and I can justify my existence and my time and money spent on toys to the missus. That's it. Now back to the show. All right, there we go. So we've just covered it up with some self-etching primer there, so we won't get any rust just on that little edge. That's done. We got a hell of a lot of clearance now. So that was there. That was sticking out on such a big angle. So yeah, that'll be great. We can put the wheels back on, put the guards back in, I guess. With these liners back in now, you can see that's where we cut it out. So nothing protrudes now from the guard liner. It's all trimmed up behind, nice and neat. So no interference. Yeah, how's the clearance looking? 'Cause that's where it was rubbing before.
I think you're going to rub the wheel arch now because it's kind of followed that contour. So you'll hear a little ticky.
But yeah, not digging in anymore because,
No.
Oh yeah. Well, that you couldn't get one finger in there. Now that's a finger and a half through that section, so.
Yeah, let's see how she drives.
Just taking the car out for a spin, and we're going to see what it's like with the clearance. Never get tired of the pull that this car does. It's great. We're going to check the clearance in the fenders in the back where we cleared it a couple of days ago, and just see if there's any more rub there, because this is a spot where it was rubbing quite a bit. It's a 80 kilometer zone. There's an overpass, a little tiny bridge going over some water, and that point there, you just kind of, there's a dip on it, and you kind of go over it, and you know the body just compresses, and you get the rubbing. So we'll see how much, if any, noise or touch we get now. So I've also rotated the tires. So the one that used to rub a little bit was my side here. It got that little bit of a rub. I'm going to go over the bump and also I put the left on the right and the right on the left, so if there's any rubbing at all, even if I don't hear it, I'll be able to see it on that tire. But I got a feeling, you know, that you look at how much room we made, we took off, you know, so much material in the back that was just in the way, and yeah, I can't believe that's actually there. So let's go to that bump. Okay, we are doing 80. Here's a little overpass, and we're going to go up, and we're going to go down. Nothing, no noise. Oh, fantastic. That was that. That's perfect. That's what we wanted. No rubbing. So Yeah, that felt good. Okay, that's a successful little modification we've done to the car.